So I'm back. There was an issue before when we did our percent error. We got 50%, which is not correct. And the correct answer is a 0.5%, or whatever this is. This is way less than 0.5%. But it looks like the parentheses are needed around this part of the equation. So the accepted value times 100%, that's going to need parentheses around it. There must be some order of operations thing that I'm not quite seeing there. But anyway, if we put parentheses around this bottom half, we get an answer that looks a little bit better. So let's see, oops, let's get rid of that. There we go. Okay, now on to standard deviation. So we're going to do equals and then start typing in standard deviation, and we've got two options. We've got P or S. P stands for population and S stands for sample. So P for population, that represents all of the known values for whatever you're measuring, and then a sample would obviously just be a sample of the population. So we are measuring cubes, and so the population of cubes is all of the cubes that we would be making in class. That's all the known cubes, 3D printed cubes that are made in the dimensions that we set out for. So you yourself are only doing a sample of that. So for this one, it's going to be a sample. For down here for the class, it's going to be population. So we need to highlight the numbers that we're going to use standard deviation for, and we want those. We'll hit enter, and here's our standard deviation. And last but not least is our tolerance. So our tolerance, what we're going to use is our average is going to be our main number, or I'm sorry, our initial number is going to be our average. So remember back to tolerances. Tolerances are expressed as the base number and then basically the range. So this one is the whole depth is 0.250 plus or minus 0.003. So that means it could be 0.003 more or less. So what we're going to use is for our base number, that's going to be our average that we calculated, and then our will be plus or minus the range that we got. So for example, this one, our average is 0.05, so we're going to write 0.5, and then we're going to do plus or minus the range. So our biggest number that we had was 0.6, our smallest number was 0.4, so that's going to be plus or minus 0.1. So this is what we call bilateral, meaning that it's the same in both directions. For our second one here, our average is, let's see, what was our average? Our average was 0.753, but in the upward direction, or 0.1, but we don't have any deviation in the negative direction. And then if, let's say, we did have something in the negative direction that was not the same as 0.1, then on the next line, if you could do shift enter. Nope, that did not work. We'll just have to do some spaces, and then we'll do, or a slash, we'll do a slash, negative, let's say 0.02. So that will represent the upward and lower deviation. And then that's it. So we're going to do the same thing for the wholes, and then our class average. And that is it.